of Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman elected to the United States Congress. Her journey is not just a tale of personal triumph, it's a powerful narrative that highlights the importance of representation in politics. Shirley's groundbreaking achievements paved the way for future generations of leaders, making her a pivotal figure in American history. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1924, Shirley faced numerous challenges throughout her life, from racial discrimination to gender bias. Yet she never allowed these obstacles to define her. In 1968, she made history by winning a seat in Congress, where she served for 7 terms. As a member of the House of Representatives, Shirley was a fierce advocate for social justice, education, and healthcare reform. Her famous motto, "If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair," encapsulates her relentless spirit and determination to fight for the marginalized. Shirley's legacy extends beyond her time in office. She inspired countless individuals to pursue careers in politics and public service. Her story serves as a reminder that representation matters. When diverse voices are included in decision-making processes, it leads to more equitable policies that benefit everyone. Join us as we explore Shirley Chisholm's incredible life and the lasting impact she has had on American politics. This is not just a recap of her achievements. It's an invitation to reflect on the ongoing journey toward inclusivity and representation in our government. First, let's talk about Shirley's early life. Shirley Chisholm's journey to becoming a trailblazer in American politics began long before she stepped into the halls of Congress. Born on November 30th, 1924, in Brooklyn, New York, she was the daughter of immigrant parents, her mother from Barbados and her father from Guyana. Growing up in a vibrant yet challenging environment, Shirley faced the dual hurdles of racial and gender discrimination from an early age. Her childhood was marked by the influence of her family, particularly her grandmother, who played a significant role in her upbringing. Shirley often credited her grandmother with instilling in her the values of education and resilience. This foundation would prove crucial as she navigated the complexities of a society that often marginalized her identity. Education became a beacon of hope for Shirley. She attended Brooklyn College, where she was inspired by her professors and peers to engage in activism. It was during this time that she began to recognize the power of political engagement as a means to effect change. Key events, such as her involvement in student government and her participation in civil rights organizations, ignited her passion for social justice. However, the societal challenges she faced as a black woman were ever present. From encountering discrimination in her educational pursuits to grappling with the limited opportunities available to women of color, these experiences fueled her determination to fight for equality. Shirley's early life was a crucible of challenges and inspirations, shaping her into the fearless advocate she would later become. Now let's focus on her political career beginnings. Shirley Chisholm's entry into the political arena was fueled by her deep commitment to community activism and social justice. After graduating from Brooklyn College, she began her career as an educator and later took on roles in various community organizations. Her work with the New York State Assembly and as a director of the Hamilton-Madison Child Care Center allowed her to witness firsthand the struggles faced by marginalized communities. This experience ignited her passion for political change and solidified her desire to pursue a career in politics. Motivated by the need for representation and the desire to address systemic inequalities, Shirley became actively involved in local politics. She joined the Democratic Party and quickly made a name for herself as a fierce advocate for the rights of Black Americans and women. Her grassroots efforts included organizing voter registration drives and advocating for educational reforms, which showcased her dedication to empowering her community. One of her significant milestones before entering Congress was her election to the New York State Assembly in 1964. This achievement marked her as the first Black woman to hold such a position in the state. During her time in the Assembly, she championed legislation that focused on education, healthcare, and social welfare, further establishing her reputation as a formidable force in politics. Shirley's early political involvement laid the groundwork for her historic congressional run in 1968. Her unwavering commitment to her community and her trailblazing spirit made her a beacon of hope for many, proving that one person can indeed make a difference in the political landscape. Next, let's talk about her historic congressional election. Shirley Chisholm's election to Congress in 1968 was a groundbreaking moment in American history, occurring during a politically charged climate marked by civil rights movements and social upheaval. The late 1960s were a time of significant change, with the nation grappling with issues of race, gender equality, and the Vietnam War. As a black woman running for office, Shirley faced numerous challenges, including skepticism from political insiders and the pervasive sexism and racism that characterized the era. Despite these obstacles, Shirley's campaign was fueled by her unwavering determination and innovative strategies. She focused on grassroots organizing, mobilizing community support through town hall meetings and local events. Her ability to connect with voters on a personal level was instrumental in building a coalition of supporters from diverse backgrounds. Shirley emphasized the importance of representation, advocating for policies that addressed the needs of her constituents, particularly in education, healthcare, and social justice. Her campaign slogan, "Unbought and Unbossed," resonated deeply with voters who were tired of the status quo. Shirley's authenticity and commitment to her community helped her gain traction, and she garnered significant support from both black and white voters, as well as women's groups. When she won the election, Shirley Chisholm made history as the first black woman elected to the United States Congress. This victory was not just a personal achievement. It symbolized a monumental shift in American politics, paving the way for future generations of diverse leaders. Her election marked a crucial step toward greater representation and equality in government, inspiring countless individuals to pursue their political aspirations. Next, we will go over her impact and legacy. Shirley Chisholm's time in Congress was marked by her unwavering commitment to civil rights and social justice, leaving an indelible mark on American politics. During her 7 terms in office, she championed key legislation that addressed issues such as education, healthcare, and poverty. Notably, she was instrumental in the establishment of the National Women's Political Caucus, advocating for women's rights and representation in government. Her efforts to secure funding for education and child care programs reflected her belief in the power of education as a tool for empowerment. Shirley was also a vocal advocate for civil rights, consistently standing up against racial and gender discrimination. She used her platform to address the needs of marginalized communities, often challenging the status quo and pushing for policies that promoted equality. Her famous phrase, "I am not a black woman politician. I am a politician who happens to be a black woman," encapsulated her desire to be seen as a leader first and foremost, paving the way for future generations of diverse politicians. As a trailblazer, Shirley Chisholm inspired countless individuals to enter the political arena, proving that barriers could be broken. Her legacy continues to influence politics today, as we see more women and people of color stepping into leadership roles. The ongoing fight for social justice and equality echoes her advocacy, reminding us of the importance of representation in government. Shirley's contributions serve as a powerful reminder that one person's voice can spark change, and her impact will resonate for generations to come. Let's go over the challenges Shirley faced. Throughout her remarkable career, Shirley Chisholm encountered numerous obstacles and opposition, primarily stemming from the discrimination she faced as a black woman in politics. At a time when the political landscape was overwhelmingly dominated by white men, Shirley often found herself battling not only societal biases, but also skepticism from her peers and constituents. Many questioned her capabilities and intentions, viewing her race and gender as barriers rather than assets. Despite these challenges, Shirley's resilience shone through. She refused to be silenced or sidelined, using her experiences to fuel her determination. One of the most significant hurdles she faced was during her campaign for Congress in 1968, where she had to navigate a political environment that was not only hostile, but also dismissive of her candidacy. Rather than retreating in the face of adversity, she embraced her identity and leveraged her grassroots connections to build a strong support base. Shirley's ability to articulate her vision and connect with voters on a personal level allowed her to overcome the resistance she faced. She often emphasized the importance of representation and the need for diverse voices in government, which resonated with many who felt marginalized. Her journey exemplifies the power of resilience. She transformed her struggles into a platform for advocacy, inspiring others to stand up against injustice. Shirley Chisholm's legacy is a testament to the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity. Her ability to confront and overcome the challenges of her time not only paved the way for her own success, but also opened doors for future generations of leaders who continue to fight for equality and representation in politics. Jackie Robinson is a true pioneer in the world of sports and American history. Jackie Robinson is not just a name in baseball, he is a symbol of courage and resilience. As the first African American to play in Major League Baseball during the modern era, Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947, forever changing the landscape of the sport and society as a whole. His journey was fraught with challenges, but his determination and talent shone through, making him an enduring figure in the fight against racism. Welcome to our movie recap of 42, a powerful biopic film of his life. In this video, we will delve into the significant moments of Robinson's life as depicted in 42, exploring how he faced hostility and prejudice while maintaining his composure on and off the field. The film does an exceptional job of highlighting the impact of racism during that era, showcasing the struggles not only of Robinson, but also of those who supported him, including his teammates and family. As we recount the key events of Robinson's career, we invite you to reflect on the broader implications of his story. How did his perseverance pave the way for future generations of athletes? What lessons can we learn from his experiences today? Join us as we uncover the inspiring tale of Jackie Robinson, a man who not only changed baseball, but also played a crucial role in the ongoing fight for equality in America. Get ready to be inspired. Now let's dive into Jackie's early life. Jackie Robinson's journey to becoming a baseball legend began in Cairo, Georgia, where he was born on January 31st, 1919. Growing up in a segregated southern town, Robinson faced the harsh realities of racism from an early age. His family, however, played a crucial role in shaping his character and instilling in him the values of perseverance and resilience. Raised by a single mother after his father abandoned the family, Robinson's mother, Mally, worked tirelessly to provide for her children, teaching them the importance of hard work and determination. From a young age, Robinson displayed remarkable athletic prowess, excelling in multiple sports. He was not only a standout baseball player, but also shone in football, basketball, and track. His exceptional talent earned him a scholarship to UCLA, where he became the first athlete in school history to letter in 4 different sports. This diverse athletic background not only honed his skills, but also built his confidence, preparing him for the challenges that lay ahead. Education played a significant role in Robinson's early life. His time at UCLA exposed him to a broader world and diverse perspectives, further fueling his ambition. The support of his family and the lessons learned during his formative years instilled in him a fierce determination to overcome obstacles. These early influences would prove vital as he faced the intense scrutiny and discrimination that accompanied his groundbreaking career in Major League Baseball. Jackie Robinson's upbringing laid the foundation for his legacy as a trailblazer, inspiring countless individuals to fight for equality and justice. Okay, next let's talk about Jackie's offer. So, in 1945, Ricky invited Jackie to his office. There, he made an offer that would forever change the course of baseball and American history. Jackie was offered $600 a month to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers, plus a $3,500 signing bonus, a substantial amount for the time. But there was a condition. Jackie had to promise to keep his temper in check. Ricky knew that the racial abuse would come hard and fast, and he warned Jackie that he would have to rise above it. This was no easy task. The pressure of being the first African American in the major leagues meant that Jackie had the weight of an entire race on his shoulders. He wasn't just playing for himself, he was playing for every African American who had ever been told they didn't belong. It wasn't about personal glory, it was about opening doors for others. Now let's talk about the importance of his call to the majors. The moment Jackie Robinson was signed by the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1945 marked a pivotal turning point in sports history. Branch Rickey, the Dodgers' general manager, made a bold decision to integrate baseball by bringing Robinson into the fold. Rickey understood that the sport was missing out on the immense talent of African American players due to the color barrier. He sought a player who not only had the skills to compete at the highest level, but also the character to withstand the inevitable backlash. Robinson, with his remarkable athletic ability and strong moral compass, was the perfect choice. As Robinson began his training with the Dodgers, he faced numerous challenges. The pressure was immense, as he was not only representing himself but also the hopes of countless African Americans who longed for equality in sports. During spring training, he encountered hostility from teammates and opponents alike, testing his resolve. Robinson had to navigate a minefield of racial slurs and discrimination while maintaining his composure and focus on the game. His ability to endure this adversity became a testament to his strength and determination. The significance of Robinson's signing cannot be overstated. It was a groundbreaking moment that shattered the color barrier in Major League Baseball, paving the way for future generations of athletes. Robinson's presence on the field challenged the status quo and ignited conversations about race and equality in America. His journey from the minor leagues to the majors not only transformed baseball, but also served as a catalyst for the civil rights movement, inspiring countless individuals to stand up against injustice. Facing adversity, Jackie Robinson's journey in Major League Baseball was fraught with racial challenges and hostility that tested his resolve at every turn. From the moment he stepped onto the field, he faced a barrage of racism from fans and players alike. Incidents ranged from derogatory slurs shouted from the stands to hostile interactions with opposing players. One notable incident occurred during a game against the Philadelphia Phillies when their manager, Ben Chapman, unleashed a torrent of racial insults directed at Robinson, attempting to rattle him. Such hostility was not uncommon, as many fans and players were unwilling to accept an African American in their midst. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Robinson maintained his composure and dignity. He understood that his actions would reflect not only on himself, but also on the broader African American community. Instead of retaliating, he chose to channel his energy into his performance, letting his talent speak for itself. This restraint was a crucial part of his strategy, as it allowed him to rise above the hate and focus on the game he loved. Robinson was not alone in his fight against adversity. He received significant support from his teammates and allies, many of whom recognized the importance of his presence in the league. Players like Pee Wee Reese stood by him, publicly showing solidarity during games and helping to foster a more inclusive team environment. This support was vital, as it provided Robinson with the strength to persevere through the challenges he faced. Together, they helped to create a more accepting atmosphere in baseball, paving the way for future generations of athletes to follow in Robinson's groundbreaking footsteps. Breaking records. Jackie Robinson's baseball career was marked by a series of remarkable achievements and milestones that not only showcased his talent, but also transformed the game itself. In 1947, his first year in Major League Baseball, Robinson was awarded the Rookie of the Year, a testament to his exceptional performance on the field. His ability to hit for average, steal bases, and play stellar defense quickly made him a standout player. Over the course of his career, he earned 6 All-Star selections, solidifying his status as one of the premier athletes of his time. Robinson's impact on the Brooklyn Dodgers was profound. He played a crucial role in leading the team to 6 National League pennants and a World Series championship in 1955. His presence not only elevated the Dodgers' performance, but also brought a new level of excitement to the game. Robinson's ability to perform under pressure and his relentless drive inspired his teammates and fans alike, helping to reshape the culture of baseball. Beyond his on-field accomplishments, Robinson's performance challenged prevailing stereotypes about African American athletes. He proved that talent and determination could transcend racial barriers, inspiring countless individuals to pursue their dreams in sports and beyond. His success opened doors for future generations of players, demonstrating that excellence knows no color. Robinson's legacy is not just about the records he broke or the awards he received. It is about the courage he displayed in the face of adversity and the lasting impact he had on the game of baseball and society as a whole. his story continues to inspire and resonate, reminding us of the power of perseverance and the importance of equality in sports. Now let's talk about his legacy and impact. Jackie Robinson's legacy extends far beyond the baseball diamond, as he emerged as a powerful civil rights advocate after retiring from the sport in 1956. Recognizing the platform his fame provided, Robinson dedicated himself to fighting for racial equality and social justice. He became actively involved in various civil rights organizations, including the NAACP, and used his voice to speak out against discrimination and injustice. His commitment to activism helped to raise awareness about the struggles faced by African Americans and inspired others to join the fight for equality. Robinson's influence on future generations of athletes and activists is profound. He paved the way for countless African American players in Major League Baseball and other sports, demonstrating that talent and determination could break down racial barriers. His courage in the face of adversity inspired not only athletes, but also individuals from all walks of life to stand up for their rights and pursue their dreams, regardless of the obstacles they might encounter. Today, Robinson's story remains relevant as society continues to grapple with issues of race and inequality. His experiences serve as a reminder of the ongoing struggle for civil rights and the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity. As we reflect on his legacy, we see that his impact resonates in contemporary movements advocating for social justice, equality, and inclusion. Jackie Robinson's life and work continue to inspire new generations to challenge the status quo and strive for a more equitable society, ensuring that his legacy will endure for years to come. In this recap of 42, we have explored the remarkable journey of Jackie Robinson, a man whose courage and determination changed the landscape of baseball in American society. From his challenging upbringing in Cairo, Georgia, to his groundbreaking signing with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Robinson faced immense adversity, yet remained steadfast in his pursuit of excellence. His achievements, including the Rookie of the Year award and multiple All-Star selections, not only highlighted his exceptional talent but also served as a beacon of hope for those fighting against racial injustice. Robinson's legacy extends beyond the baseball field. He became a powerful advocate for civil rights, inspiring future generations of athletes and activists to challenge the status quo. His story reminds us that the fight for equality in sports and society at large is ongoing. As we reflect on his impact, it is crucial to recognize the importance of continuing this struggle and supporting those who strive for justice and inclusion. The movie kicks off with an intense air battle between American bombers and German fighter planes. The Germans are flying Messerschmitts, trying to shoot down the American flying fortresses. The skies are full of bullets and explosions as the two sides clash. But these aren't just any planes. We also see the P-51 Mustangs, the iconic planes flown by the Tuskegee Airmen. It's a high-stakes dogfight, setting the tone for the challenges ahead. Now we're in Italy, 1944. We meet the Tuskegee Airmen, also known as the Red Tails, because of the distinctive red paint on the tails of their planes. The squadron is led by Easy, a skilled pilot who's trying to keep his team focused and ready. His crew includes Lightning, a daring and sometimes reckless pilot, Junior, who's eager to prove himself, and Joker, who adds some humor to the group. They're flying in formation, looking for targets. The Red Tails spot a German truck on the road and swoop down for an attack. They take it out quickly, celebrating their success. But before they can return to base, Junior spots a train. The team debates whether it's carrying troops or livestock, but Easy decides they should investigate. As they get closer, the German soldiers on board start firing back. The Red Tails respond with precision, hitting their targets even as the train tries to escape into a tunnel. Lightning, true to his name, charges ahead, breaking formation to attack the train head-on. His bold move pays off as the train explodes in a massive fireball. But it's not without cost. Lightning's plane gets hit by debris and starts smoking. Still, he's unfazed, even taking a moment to flirt with a local woman on a rooftop as they head back to base. Back at the base, the team's mechanic, Coffee, isn't too thrilled to see Lightning's damaged plane again. This isn't the first time Lightning has pushed his plane to the limit, and Coffee knows it won't be the last. But there's a bigger issue at hand. The Red Tails are frustrated. Despite their skills, they're still stuck with old, beat-up planes and aren't being given the real missions they've trained for. The team gathers as Major Stantz, their commanding officer, tries to boost their spirits. But the mood shifts when Easy reads a report that says the Tuskegee experiment, allowing African Americans to fly, has been labeled a failure. It's a devastating blow, and the men are left wondering if their squadron will be shut down. Meanwhile, Colonel Bullard, the man who believes in the Red Tails, is in Washington, D.C., fighting to keep the program alive. He argues that the Tuskegee airmen have been given low-quality planes and dirty jobs, yet they've still managed to prove themselves. He knows these pilots have the potential to make a real difference in the war. Back at the base, the pilots try to keep their spirits up, joking around and sharing stories. But the truth is, they're tired of being overlooked and underestimated. Easy, their leader, keeps a close eye on Junior, who's new to the squad and eager to make a name for himself. Then comes the turning point. Colonel Bullard secures a new mission for the Red Tails. They're going to provide air cover for Operation Shingle, a critical beach landing. This is their chance to prove what they can really do. The men are thrilled, especially Junior, who's now going by the nickname Ray Gun. They're ready to show the world that they're more than just an experiment. They're a force to be reckoned with. On the day of the mission, the Red Tails are in high spirits. They take to the skies, and it doesn't take long before they're in the thick of battle. Easy is the first to take down a German plane, and the rest of the squad follows suit. They're flying with precision and power, protecting the American bombers as they head towards the beach. Lightning spots the German squad leader, and with Easy's help, manages to take him out. The Red Tails are on fire, and their success is undeniable. When the Red Tails return to base, they're met with cheers and applause. But the victory is bittersweet. Junior, now Ray Gun, has been injured in the fight. He's lost sight in one eye, and it's clear that his flying days might be over. Still, the team is proud of what they've accomplished. They've shown that they belong in the sky, just like any other fighter squadron. Their success doesn't go unnoticed. High-ranking military officials congratulate Colonel Bullard on the Red Tails' impressive performance. 8 enemy planes shot down, 63 aircraft destroyed on the ground, and all without losing a single bomber. It's a remarkable achievement. But not everyone is happy. Some still can't see past the color of the pilot's skin. Colonel Bullard, however, isn't bothered. He knows what his men are capable of. Junior, despite his injury, begs Easy to let him stay with the squad. But with his left eye blind, it seems impossible. The team's success has come at a price, and Junior's fighting spirit is a reminder of the sacrifices these men are willing to make for their country. Colonel Bullard is called to another meeting. This time, the general wants the Red Tails to escort bombers, ensuring their safe return. Bullard agrees, but only if his men get new, state-of-the-art planes. The deal is struck, and soon the Red Tails are flying P-51 Mustangs, the best planes in the American arsenal. It's a major upgrade, and the men couldn't be more excited. With their new planes, the Red Tails are ready for their next mission. But as they take to the skies, they face prejudice from the very bombers they're protecting. When the bomber pilots realize their escorts are African American, they don't expect much. But the Red Tails are about to prove them wrong. The mission takes a dangerous turn when the Germans attack. Junior's damaged eye makes flying even more difficult, and Easy has to order him to bail out of his plane. Junior is captured by the Germans, and the rest of the team is left to fight on. The battle is intense, and the Red Tails are pushed to their limits, but they manage to protect the bombers, fulfilling their mission and earning the respect of those who doubted them. Meanwhile, Lightning decides to go rogue, taking a detour to attack a German ship. It's a risky move, but Lightning's determination pays off as he successfully sinks the ship before returning to the squad. His boldness adds to the Red Tails' growing legend. The battle leaves its scars. Deke, one of the Red Tails, is badly burned when his plane explodes on landing. He survives, but with severe burns he's sent home, unable to continue flying. Meanwhile, Junior is being held as a prisoner of war, dealing with the harsh realities of being captured behind enemy lines. Back at the base, Tensions rise as Lightning confronts Easy about his drinking. Easy has been struggling with the pressure of leadership, turning to alcohol to cope. Lightning demands that Easy stop drinking and lead the squad with a clear head. It's a tough conversation, but it shows the deep bond and respect between the two men. One night, the Red Tails head to an Italian dance hall where they're unexpectedly approached by Chester Barnes, a white soldier from the 98th Bomb Group. Chester, who fought alongside the Red Tails in a previous mission, expresses his gratitude for their bravery and invites them into the All-White Officers Club. It's a powerful moment of recognition and respect, showing how the Red Tails are beginning to change minds and break down racial barriers. The Red Tails' next mission is their most dangerous yet, escorting bombers to Berlin, the heart of the Nazi war machine. This mission is critical, as the Luftwaffe is expected to throw everything they have, including their deadly new 262 jet fighters. The stakes are higher than ever, and the squad knows they're in for the fight of their lives. Before the mission, Easy is pulled aside by Major Stantz. He's given the choice to either stick to the plan and escort the bombers to the rendezvous point, or to push on and escort them all the way to Berlin. This decision weighs heavily on Easy, especially after receiving ray guns dog tags from a fellow prisoner. Colonel Bullard had encouraged him to embrace his responsibilities as a leader. And now, with everything on the line, Easy takes a deep breath and decides to go all the way. As the Red Tails approach Berlin, the feared 262 jet fighters appear, and the battle begins. These jets are faster and more powerful than anything the Red Tails have faced before. Maurice is the first to fall, losing control of his plane. The bombers are under heavy attack, and Easy orders Smokey to escort one of the damaged bombers back to base. But the German flight leader, nicknamed Pretty Boy by Lightning, has Easy in his sights. Just as Pretty Boy is about to shoot Easy down, Lightning swoops in, engaging the German leader in a fierce dogfight. In a daring move, Lightning takes out Pretty Boy, but the victory is bittersweet. Lightning's plane is heavily damaged, and he knows he's not going to make it. As his plane goes down, Easy desperately tries to reach him over the radio, but there's no response. Lightning's sacrifice is a heavy loss for the team. Back at the base, the mood is somber. The Red Tails have completed their mission, but at a great cost. Easy is devastated by Lightning's death, and the reality of war hits home harder than ever. The squad has proven themselves time and again, but the losses they've suffered are a reminder of the true price of victory. The movie concludes with Colonel Bullard honoring the Red Tails for their bravery and sacrifice. He pays special tribute to Lightning, recognizing him as a pilot who exceeded all expectations. In a touching moment, Junior, who has finally been freed from the German camp, returns to the squad, insisting that he be called Ray Gun from now on. The Tuskegee Airmen, once doubted and dismissed, become the first African-American pilots to be formally recognized by the United States Army for their outstanding service and bravery. The Red Tails' journey is a testament to their skill, courage, and the unbreakable bond they shared as they fought not only for their country, but for their rightful place in history. Red Tails is more than just a war movie. It's a story of perseverance, honor, and the fight for equality. The Tuskegee Airmen's legacy lives on as a powerful example of what can be achieved when you refuse to let anything stand in your way.
Our story begins in November 1987 in the sunny, vibrant island of Jamaica, where we meet Dries Bennock, a talented track athlete with big dreams of representing his country in the Olympics. Running is in Dries' blood. His father was an Olympian, and Dries wants to follow in his footsteps, but the path to greatness is never easy. While Dries is preparing for the Olympic trials, we also meet his best friend, Sanka. Sanka is the reigning champion of the local pushcart races, a sport that is similar to bobsledding, but without the ice. In one race, Sanka is close to victory, but a collision with another racer sends him crashing over the edge. This small setback hints to larger challenges that are yet to come for our heroes. The next day, it's Dries' turn to shine at the Olympic trials. He's competing in the 100-meter dash, and everyone expects him to qualify for the Olympics in South Korea. His wife Joy and Sanka are there, cheering him on. The race begins, and Dries is off to a fantastic start, leading the pack. But just as victory seems within reach, another runner, Junior, Beville stumbles and falls, taking Dries and another competitor, Yul Brynner, down with him. Devastated by the fall, Dries goes to the race committee, led by Mr. Barrington, to ask for a rerun, but his request is denied. The representatives have already been chosen. It's a harsh blow, especially to Dries, who has worked so hard to live up to his father's legacy. Mr. Barrington advises him to let it go, but Dries isn't ready to give up just yet. As Dries is about to leave, he notices a photo on the wall, a picture of his father with an American man named Irving Blitzer, who is also an Olympic bobsledder. Dries' curiosity is piqued, and he asks Mr. Barrington about Irving. He learns that Irving is still in Jamaica, though he's fallen on hard times and now spends his days betting on horse races. This is where Dries gets his big idea. If he can't run in the Olympics, maybe he can slide into them, literally. Dries tracks down Irving and convinces Sanka to join him in forming Jamaica's first ever bobsled team. Sanka is skeptical at first. After all, Jamaica is a tropical country with no snow, and bobsledding is a winter sport. But Dries' determination wins him over, and the two set out to make their dream a reality. Next, Dries finds Irving at a local pool hall, listening to a horse race on the radio. Irving has seen better days, and he's not actually thrilled about the idea of coaching a bobsled team. He tries to brush Dries off, explaining that bobsledding isn't possible in Jamaica and that he's long since left the sport behind. But Dries doesn't give up. He plays his ace card, a photo of Irving with his father. This connection tugs at Irving's heartstrings, and he agrees to give the bobsled team a shot. Now it's time to build the team. Dries and Irving hold tryouts to find 2 more members, and the turnout is surprising. At first, it seems like everyone is interested, but as soon as they learn about the dangers of bobsledding, like high-speed crashes, most of them back out. In the end, they're left with 2 recruits. Junior Breville, the same runner who crashed and caused them to lose the Olympic trials, and Yul Brynner, a tough and ambitious man who sees bobsledding as his ticket out of Jamaica. Training for the Olympics is not an easy task, especially when you're in a country with no snow or ice. The team starts with the basics, using a bobsled with wheels to practice their starts. Irving explains that the key to success is the speed of the start, but it's not just about running fast. They need to work together as a team, pushing the sled in unison and jumping in smoothly. At first, their attempts are clumsy and they struggle to even get the sled moving. But as they keep practicing, they start to improve and their time gets better. With the team coming together, there's just one problem left: money. Competing in the Winter Olympics is expensive, and the Jamaican bobsled team doesn't have any sponsors. The team tries everything to raise funds. Sanka performs on the streets. Junior sells his car. Yul holds an arm wrestling contest, but despite their efforts, they still fall short of what they need. That's when Junior steps up in a big way. Feeling guilty about causing the crash that derailed Dries' Olympic dreams, Junior sells his prize car and offers the money to the team. At first, Dries is hesitant to accept, but Junior insists. He wants to make things right and help the team succeed. It's a powerful moment that shows just how much this journey means to all of them. Finally, the team arrives in Canada for the Winter Olympics. The freezing temperatures are a shock, especially for a group of Jamaicans used to the warm sun. They bundle up in layers of clothes, but it's clear that they're out of their element. Still, they're determined to make the most of it. Irving takes them to buy a proper equipment, and they finally get to practice on real ice for the first time. Competing against the world's best bobsled teams is a huge challenge, and the Jamaicans struggles at first. Their sled is old and beat up, and they are still getting used to the ice. In their first run, they were the slowest team on the track, and the other teams mocked them. The team faced a lot of challenges, especially with their bonding together, to end up making this become a success. For example, Dries was trying to copy the style of the Swiss, He thought copying the other pros would help them win faster. And there's a scene where Sanka pulls him to the side after they failed on one of their runs and said, "Let's just be Jamaican. That's who we are, that's who you are, and that's all I know." Basically saying, let's do things our way. That was a pivotal moment because after that, the team started clicking more on all cylinders. And another example is the bond between Yule and Junior. When first coming to the Olympics, Yule still was not a fan of Junior, calling him a daddy's boy, thought he was highly privileged. But their bond gets stronger after Yule takes up for Junior after getting bullied by the other bobsled team. They helped put confidence into each other, and eventually Junior was able to stand up to his father for not quitting the bobsled team because his father did not approve of him being there, which Junior snuck off without telling them that he's going to represent the country of Jamaica in the Olympics with bobsled. You think his father would be proud for him doing this, but he was urging him to get this high-end full-time job elsewhere, forcing Junior into it without really asking what he wanted to do with his life. But they didn't let it get them down. They kept pushing forward. On their second run, they shocked the announcers and the audience, and everybody was cheering in Jamaica. They moved up the rankings, and now they were a force to be reckoning with. Their final run, they're doing great, but then the disaster strikes. Their bobsled crashes just before the finish line. It's a crushing blow, but the team isn't ready to quit. And one of the most iconic moments in sports history, the Jamaican team lifts their bobsled and carries it across the finish line. The crowd, once skeptical, now cheers them on. They didn't even win a medal, but they earned something even more valuable: the respect of the world. They return to Jamaica as heroes, and their story becomes a symbol of perseverance and determination. So what makes Cool Running such a beloved film, even 31 years later? It's more than just a feel-good sports movie. It's a story about overcoming adversity, about believing in yourself when no one else does, and about the power of teamwork. The movie also touches on themes of national pride and the idea that success isn't just about winning. It's about giving your best effort no matter what the outcome. The characters in Cool Runnings each have their own personal struggles and motivation, which makes their journey all the more compelling. Reese's determination to honor his father's legacy, Sanka's loyalty and humor, Junior's need to prove himself to his father, and Yule's desire to rise above his circumstances. All of these elements come together to create a rich, emotional story that resonates with audiences of all ages. Cool Runnings also has a significant cultural impact. It's introduced audiences around the world to a story of an underdog team from a small Caribbean nation taking on the world's best.
Imagine being the first to break through a barrier that had stood for decades, the first to shatter the ceiling and open doors for generations to come. That's exactly what Nat Sweetwater Clifton did when he became the first African American to sign an NBA contract. Welcome back to Soulful Storylines, where today we're diving deep into the inspiring true story brought to life in the movie Sweetwater. In Sweetwater, we're transported back to the 1950s, a time when the world of professional basketball was still very much segregated. The movie doesn't shy away from showing the harsh realities of the era, making Nat Clifton's journey all the more remarkable. This was a time when African Americans were barred from many opportunities, and the NBA was no exception. The film sets the stage by highlighting the deep racial divides that existed both on and off the court. Now let's start with Nat's early life. Born in 1922 in Arkansas, Nat Clifton grew up during a time of intense racial segregation. From a young age, he had a passion for basketball, but the road to the NBA was anything but smooth. In the movie, we see young Nat honing his skills on the dusty courts of his neighborhood, dreaming of something more, despite the obstacles in his path. His early life wasn't easy. He faced poverty, racism, and a society that constantly told him he didn't belong. Yet it was on these very streets that he developed the toughness and determination that would later define his career. The film does a fantastic job of portraying Clifton's determination. Despite the racial barriers, he made a name for himself in the barnstorming circuit with the Harlem Globetrotters, a team known more for its showmanship than for playing in professional leagues. But Nat's talent was undeniable, and his dream of playing in the NBA never wavered. The movie adds depth to this chapter by showing the camaraderie and brotherhood among the Globetrotters. They weren't just teammates, they were a family, united not just by their love for basketball, but by their shared experiences of discrimination. The Harlem Globetrotters were more than just entertainers. They were a team of exceptional athletes who, like Nat, faced constant discrimination. The movie captures the energy and spirit of the Globetrotters, showing how they became a beacon of hope and pride for African Americans across the country. Through high-flying dunks, trick shots, and a relentless drive to win, they challenged the status quo, proving that African American athletes were more than capable of competing at the highest levels. Now let's talk about Nat's big break. Then came the pivotal moment for Nat. In 1950, Clifton's hard work paid off when he became the first African American player to sign an NBA contract, joining the New York Knicks. The film doesn't just highlight the significance of this moment for Nat, but for the entire sport of basketball. It was a watershed moment, one that signaled a shift not just in sports, but in society as well. The signing wasn't just about a player joining a team, it was about breaking down the walls of segregation in one of the most visible arenas in the country. Next, go over Nat Clifton signing the contract. Signing that contract wasn't just a personal victory for Clifton, it was a historical milestone. The movie captures the weight of this moment beautifully, with Clifton's emotions portrayed with a mix of pride, determination, and a deep understanding of the responsibility he now carried. The script carefully balances the excitement of this achievement with the somber reality that Clifton was stepping into uncharted territory, where he would face intense scrutiny not just for his skills on the court, but for his very presence as a black man in a predominantly white league. Let's look at Nat's challenges in the NBA, but breaking barriers isn't easy, and Sweetwater doesn't sugarcoat the challenges Clifton faced. From racist taunts to being treated differently by teammates and fans, the movie shows how Nat had to endure the harsh realities of being the first. The filmmakers take us into the locker rooms, onto the buses, and through the arenas where Clifton faced hostility at every turn. It wasn't just the pressure of performing at an elite level, it was the pressure of representing an entire race, of knowing that every move he made was being watched, judged, and in many cases criticized. Next, let's go over Nat's impact on the Knicks and the NBA. Clifton quickly proved that he belonged in the NBA. His presence on the court was undeniable, helping to lead the Knicks to multiple playoff appearances. But more than that, Nat Clifton's success paved the way for other African American players, forever changing the landscape of professional basketball. The film goes beyond just the statistics and accolades. It delves into how Clifton's very existence on the court forced the league and its fans to confront their own prejudices. He wasn't just playing for himself, he was playing for every African American who had ever been told they didn't belong. Let's talk about Nat's legacy and impact. Sweetwater also does an incredible job of exploring Clifton's legacy beyond the court. His story is one of perseverance, courage, and a relentless pursuit of equality. The film highlights how Nat Clifton's trailblazing efforts opened doors not just in sports but in society as a whole, contributing to the broader civil rights movement. By signing that NBA contract, Clifton wasn't just making history, he was making a statement that echoed far beyond the hardwood. His legacy is not just in the points he scored or the games he won, but in the barriers he broke and the paths he paved for future generations. Next, we will focus on Nat's life after basketball. After retiring from basketball, Clifton's legacy continued to grow. He became a symbol of resilience and progress, inspiring countless others to pursue their dreams, no matter the odds. The movie's portrayal of Clifton's post-NBA life is a touching tribute to a man who never stopped fighting for what he believed in. From his involvement in community work to his efforts to mentor young athletes, Clifton's impact extended far beyond his playing days. The film beautifully captures how Clifton's influence continued to resonate long after the final buzzer sounded. Now let's look at Clifton's contribution to civil rights. Sweetwater doesn't just tell the story of a basketball player, it tells the story of a movement. Clifton's journey is a testament to the power of sports as a catalyst for social change. By stepping onto that court, Clifton wasn't just playing a game, he was challenging a system. His story reminds us that progress is never easy, but it's always worth the fight. As we watch Clifton's struggles and triumphs, we're reminded of the countless others who fought alongside him, both on and off the court, to ensure that the doors he opened would never be closed again. In closing, we're left with a deep appreciation for the struggles and triumphs of Nat Sweetwater Clifton. His journey was one of breaking barriers, challenging norms, and ultimately changing the world of sports forever. Sweetwater is more than just a movie. It's a celebration of a man who dared to dream and in doing so made history. If you were inspired by Nat Clifton's story, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with fellow sports fans, and subscribe to Soulful Storylines for more deep dives into the most compelling stories in sports and beyond. And there you have it, 5 powerful Black inspiring true story movies that show us the strength, resilience, and incredible journeys of real-life heroes. These films are more than just entertainment. They're a celebration of history, determination, and the power of never giving up. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more inspirational stories, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Soulful Storylines, and turn on notifications so you never miss a recap. Let us know in the comments which movie you're most excited to watch or if I missed any of your favorites. Also, let us know if there are any movies out there you would like to see us recap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.